these school days now. You've been having a right old chat about the past here.
Yes, I have, because talking about Chatterley, Whitfield, Colliery, I can remember going on a school trip when I was at primary school to Chatterley, Whitfield, and actually going down the mine.
Down the mine.
Yes.
Well, the colliery has got some open days coming up. It's a reopening for you to go and have a look around. They sold out within 24 hours. Can you believe this?
I'm not surprised.
If you're a friend of Chatterley Whitfield, you get to visit the colliery once a week.
Yes.
Apparently.
And Nigel Bowers is the group secretary with us this morning in the studio. Morning, Nigel.
Morning.
So I have been just reminiscing now. So I was quite lucky, and I didn't realise it at the time, but I was quite lucky to actually go down the mine, actually on a school trip, wasn't I?
You're very, very lucky, yes. The mine itself originated as a result of the mine closing in the middle 1970s. And so people with forward vision looked at the fact of creating an underground museum, and I think it was the first in the UK. And that operated until 1986, so you're very, very lucky.
Yeah,
But it's not possible. It's too dangerous to go underground now.
It's too dangerous to go underground, because anything underground is governed by the Mine Act. And like we were talking about earlier, all the underground workings now, which is roughly probably about 45 to 50 miles of underground tunnels, are full of water. And associated with that would be obviously the build-up of gas, so it's highly dangerous.
So what will people be able to do as part of the open days?
Well, the open day itself is Chatterley Whitfield is classed as an ancient scheduled monument. It's unique in that it's got about 22 buildings that are actually Grade 2 listed. They're on the English Heritage at Risk Register, and through English Heritage we'll be able to open 4 days a year, because they provide us with the adequate insurance for the people there. But like you said, we've been marketing the open day since March. Within 24 hours, all the places have gone.
Oh, it's amazing, isn't it, to think that people... It's good to know that people are still that interested.
Yes.
Because it's a part of the area's culture that's pretty much disappeared.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And so will people be able to chat to former miners as well? Will they be there on the open days telling their stories?
Yeah, what we've done this year is obviously the tour will probably be about 90 minutes duration. Obviously looking at the buildings, talking about mining, etc. And this year, through the friends, we have managed to redo one of the buildings inside, so we've got more displays. We're looking at putting more displays into the reception area, and there will be some ex-miners there to actually talk about their experiences whilst at Chatterley.
It is an amazing thing to have, a bit of a hidden gem, as we're saying. But what's a little bit of the history of it? What was it like when it was a working pit?
Working pit, I think in the heyday, it was the first pit in the UK in 1937 to produce 1 million tonnes of saleable coal.
Wow.
That was then replicated in 1939. And at its heyday, I would think you were looking at probably about 4,000 people working at that site.
And when you went down, then it had not long finished being a working colliery.
1975, I think, was the last time that coal was drawn from there. So when you went after that, probably 1979, when the museum started,
yeah,
it was a unique experience.
Oh, do you know, and I didn't realise it at the time. I know it was a great school trip and we had a really good time. I remember putting the helmet on and going down in the cage.
How did that feel?
Really scary. It was. I can remember having sweaty palms, thinking I'm scared going down in this.
And you think miners did that every day?
Yeah,
they did that every day. Part of the mine itself was the working pit, which caused the Hesketh, and that was 2,000 feet down, and the maximum capacity was 46 seconds from top to bottom.
Oh, that's not bad, is it?
No, exactly. And I can remember going down into the tunnels, and at one point we had to crawl because it got quite small. And then another point, which we did all get very excited about, is we had all the lanterns on our helmets, and we all had to turn them off. And it was absolutely pitch black. And I can remember some of the girls, we were a bit wet, and we had a bit of a and then we all put them back on again.
Yeah, well, sorry about that. It's a reaction to most things, isn't it? So when are these open days? When are they actually?
Our open days are the 9th and 10th of September.
But they're all sold out.
They're all sold out.
Is it something you might be able to do again then next year and
next year, hopefully?
Years?
Yeah, it all depends on the safety of the site,
yeah,
which is getting more dangerous every day.
Oh.
But we are we've got a good working relationship with Stoke-on-Trent City Council. So hopefully we can maintain that and keep the site.
It would be really
open.
good if you could, wouldn't
Oh,
it?
definitely.
As I say,
Brilliant.
it's so rare now. Thank you for coming to tell us all about
Thank
it,
you.
Nigel.
Oh,
Nigel
great.
from the Secretary of the Chatterley Whitfield Friends. So let's have a look at the weather then for the weekend.